Hello everyone, welcome to my demonstration of the Loco Speed Step extended accessories for TrainController. I designed these extended accessories to be used with old decoders to aid in controlling variable lighting levels for my coach lighting. The variable lights are wired to the motor outputs of the decoder and can be controlled with the Speed Step extended accessories. This is a really nice feature. Whenever I select a Speed Step button, the light intensity is displayed in the train window as speed for the light intensity. The true speed step is displayed in the control indicator. So let's have a quick look here. I can click on Speed Step 5 and you can see that the speed step is displayed in the control indicator of the accessory, and it shows the intensity of the light in the coach on the train window speed dial. So I can select any number and you can see that it works quite well. When TrainController is offline, which it is now, TrainController is unable to read the locomotive database in the central unit to know the correct decoder type, so all speed profiling graphs revert to 14 speed steps. The 27 and 28 speed accessories will show the incorrect speed in the train window when the speed gets above 14, but the true speed step selected is shown in the control indicator of the extended accessories. So let's just have a quick look here. If I go to 13, you can see that I'm up here, and if I go to 14, it goes to full speed, bearing in mind it went from a midway to full speed very quickly. And any other thing that I select shows in the speed indicator window here, but won't show changing on here. But as soon as I get to 13, go back to 13, it registered, then I can go back down and you can see the things. So let's have a look at the graph. On the ECOS window, you can see that I have the name of the locomotive, in this case representing the coach, and it's a Motorola 27. Now, when I look at the TrainController graph, when it's running in offline mode, you can see that the graph is 14 speed steps and not 27. So let's now put it online and see what the difference is. I'll just show it's Motorola 27, but with TrainController online, the graph is now reading the correct data from the central unit. And this is the difference between running things offline and online when you're dealing with loco speeds. First, let's start the simulator, and then we'll demonstrate 3 schedules that represent controlling the 14, 27 and 28 Loco Speed Steps extended accessories. So I hit the start button here, and you'll notice that it ramps up to full light intensity. And when it reaches the pause block, it will slow down to threshold speed, then stop. Then the intensity of the coach lighting will go down to half, and finally it will return to the start block where it will turn off. Before starting the 27 schedule, I should reassociate the blocks so that you can see what's happening. So I'll just do that quickly. Now we're ready. Now what you'll see here is the coach lighting went to high intensity directly. There was no controlled increase or decrease. It's gone to speed half the intensity, but because we're running offline, I wasn't able to show that. Okay, and finally, let's associate the traffic control windows with 28. and then start the schedule. And here you'll notice that the increase is slightly faster. Again, it shows full intensity, but when it gets to the stop marker, it'll show 15. It'll go down from fraction and then it'll go back up to 20. Now this is again because it's running offline. And when we finally get home, it will slow down to 0 and the coach lighting will turn off. TrainController is now in online mode, so I'll reassociate the blocks and we'll demonstrate that it's now showing correctly in the speed dial. Okay, now I start the schedule. You'll notice it immediately goes to 120 or full and light intensity. The speed is 27, and now I have to walk it through. So because we're running in live mode, I have to touch the indicators, brake. Okay, now when it gets to the stop, it goes to half speed at speed 14, and you'll see that it's now showing correctly up here. And now I can bring it back. So that's how you control it online as per this demonstration. Now I'll associate it with block 28 and you can see that that is running correctly as well. And I'll start that off. And you'll see it increases slowly to 120. Then as I walk it through, which is there, I'll then start on the block. It'll slow it down to threshold speed, so the locomotive is slowing down to threshold speed. Then it hits the stop. This now goes down to half intensity and shows the correct value of 15. I then take it back to the start block. Comes down to threshold speed once again, then stops and the lights turn off slowly. Now what you've seen is a combination of various things. For the 14 speed step, I'm using a combination of these icons, which I can show you. This goes to half intensity, and it's using the momentum of the locomotive to do that. Then I can go to full intensity, and back to turning the lights off. Now the other thing to note is that the variable light engine must be associated to a dummy block. And for the example of the 14, I'm also using these 3 push buttons to generate signals for operating the 3 icons from the train control window. You'll notice that in block 27 there is no train associated with the dummy block, and it's only using direct commands which turns the light on directly to that particular speed step. And finally, on the last one, Loco Speed Steps 28, it must have the engine associated with the dummy block, and in here I have 3 flagmen which are associated to block 28, and that's how it passes the commands through from the schedule to that particular carriage. Now the reason you need the dummy block is that the train that I've got represented here, this car is a dummy car, and the only thing it specifies is the entire length of the train, its weight, and its maximum speed, so that I can fully separate the variable lighting from the actual control of the train. Thank you for watching this small demonstration of the Loco Speed Step extended accessories.